It's Tuesday evening, middle of April 2018, and I'm here to ask viewers on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, is it time to impeach President Trump? Is it time to remove him for the things he's done? But I'm going to ask another question. Have the Democrats beaten America? And what is America? And am I really angry at President Trump? Last week, before I get to the latest developments, I was really upset when Trump said we've got shiny new cruise missiles, we're going to blow up these Russian targets and try to start World War III. And I was really upset by that because he knew the truth about Syria, that Obama and Hillary and the globalists started the war and brought all the Arab Spring in and millions died. But then I saw Mattis come out and say, no, we haven't found proof of chemical weapons used by Assad and we're not going to go in. And that was on Friday. And then I'm at home at 8:30 eating dinner, about to watch a movie with my wife, about to put the kids to bed. And my phone starts ringing and I see, oh my God, we're striking Syria. So I got in my car and drove over here to the office and just said F Trump on what he's doing with this, because this is against what he said he was doing. And he was against the Iraq war in 2003. That's a good thing. The left attacks him for that. The left used to be anti-war. So Trump's not perfect, but he's a nationalist. But then I asked myself, now going into the next week, as we learn that this Democrat judge that works for George Soros and the Clintons, who married George Soros to his third wife, raided Michael Cohen separate from Russiagate, and now they're going after Sean Hannity for women that don't exist. I mean, talk about mission creep, talk about dragnets. What about the Russian connection to Hillary? What about her foundation? What about Haiti? What about the missile secrets? What about all of it? Now it's down to women and Trump. But if Trump won't fire Sessions and won't fire Rosenstein and this criminal rogue Clinton network that we know set up the PP dossier, the Steele dossier, all of it, if Trump doesn't have the cojones, instead of bombing some third world country to show North Korea you're tough ahead of talks, I get it. But if he doesn't have the cojones, instead of just bitching at Sessions and bitching at Rosenstein, who's been caught working for the Clintons and the cover-ups and the fake dossier and paying their wives off and all this stuff, thousands of times worse than anything Michael Cohen did, if Trump doesn't have the huevos rancheros to stand up against him, then we know they're going to get him. And God, you look at the Democrats, man. They have filed 17 lawsuits on me the last few months. We already thrown out like 9 of them. They're the craziest made-up crap you've ever seen, but media runs with it. Just like mainstream media, corporate media ran with Hillary's invincible. She's 60 points ahead. She's got a 99% chance of winning. The left just thinks if they say something like 3-year-olds, I'm a fairy princess, I'm Superman, they believe it, which is what makes them so dangerous. So if President Trump doesn't know they're a big rotting facade of frauds, and he doesn't move against them, then it shows fundamental problems. Because, look, I get the fact Trump looks at a lot of news, but I've talked to people that know him well. He's obsessed with the New York Times. Some worn-out rag run by Carlos Slim and the Washington Post. It's like a giant rotting douchebag of Bezos. He says they're fake, he says they're bad, but he still acts like they're king. Because he's 71 years old and he still likes old media. He still likes television. If he won't stand up for the attacks on free speech and the attacks on his supporters getting beat up all over the country and won't even talk about it, and he had that meeting with the big national students group saying, we're getting attacked all over the country a few weeks ago. We're getting attacked and beat up. And he goes, well, it's not that bad. Most kids are conservative. Well, yeah, most Generation Z, but not millennials at the colleges. If Trump won't stand up for himself, if Trump won't stand up for his family, if Trump won't stand up for attorney-client privilege and will let George Soros's admitted favorite judge that Bill Clinton wanted to be his attorney general, Hillary Clinton's little girlfriend, if he won't stand up for that, then it shows they've broken Trump. through corruption in his family, through dirt they've got on whoever. Whatever the case is, I know Trump's for real. And I know he cares about the country. And all he's trying to do is pragmatically go, okay, you got a $900 billion deficit, China. Can we have $50 billion back? Can we have something? And they're like, shut up, Trump, nothing. Ugh. And then the Democrats are like, screw America. Sue everybody that supports Trump. Cut the VA funding for troops. Run Obamacare to screw all the old people. Tell them it's free when we double their prices. I remember right when Obamacare went through, I went to a clinic because I had an infection in my leg from getting cut. And there were all these old ladies coming up going, well, Obamacare, it's free now. I was there for like 2 hours waiting. And they're like, hey, my prescription doubled. And they went, ma'am, it's Obamacare. Well, here's the file. My dad was in healthcare management, then he's retired. I knew it. So that's why you're sitting there going, man, these Democrats admit on C-SPAN they're screwing old people over, and it's for corporations. And then I got to watch them on TV say they love old people. And they're just a bunch of assholes, man. Bunch of scum. God, the Democrats are the lawyers and the trial lawyers and the ambulance chasers, and just all of them are the worst, most horrible people. But you know what? If we as a people put up with them, it's us that's to blame. So here's the deal. I knew the globalists hated Trump. I knew he was trying to bring back basic sovereignty with Eisenhower and Kennedy-type policies. So I backed him because I wasn't going to be a wimp. And even when he went sideways, I still backed him. And, you know, the media gives these fake polls out where they oversample Democrats 15 points. So when they want to show Trump up because he launches a war, they just start giving him real poll numbers. That's all they did. Trump was give you a real poll run. Oh, God, you're suddenly up 10 points because you bombed some people. BS. Notice presidents always do that, and then suddenly they go down even further. They're manipulating you. They're destroying your base by staging attacks, getting you to do them, having you lose your base, but making you think in a fake poll. They've been faking you down, now they fake you up to kill your base. And for every president that does it, Herbert Walker, George W. Obama, it goes down when you do it. And you know that. You know about the fake polls. You understand that, but it doesn't matter. You announced you're pulling out of Syria again like you did 2 weeks ago. You announced today. They'll probably blow up some more stuff. You told the rebels, stage more chemical attacks. That's what the message is. Because every time they happen, you don't look at the facts like you used to put in your tweets that it was Al-Qaeda and ISIS staging them. You know that. Now we just go with, oh, there's a chemical attack. It's Assad who was winning, who doesn't have the motive. Let's blame him. People say, why do you care about Syria? You should eat popcorn and watch them blow them up because it's a gateway to Turkey and Europe. And if the globalists could collapse Syria, they've already put in 15 million North Africans, 10 million military-aged men out of the Middle East, 80% are military-aged men. And the articles are on Infowars.com from Macron, who's now the leader of Europe, even above Merkel. She's in trouble. He's rising. He said, we're going to bring in 200 million Africans in the next 12 years. And we're going to turn Europe into North Africa. And thank God because Europe's bad. These are quotes. And we're going to end Europe. It's like, what? I mean, this is so diabolical. This is World War IV. This is economic, cultural genocide against Europe and against any sovereign nation that has wealth, because the elites are already tax exempt, they're already global, they're already breakaway civilization, they've already utilized the third world, deindustrialized it, not allowed to be industrialized, milked it, crushed it, exploited it, and now they're going to use it as a weapon to destroy any wealth or power in the West they don't control for total hegemonic rule. 200 million Africans, mainly Muslims, out of North Korea being announced to invade right now. Don't believe me, there's video, there's text, it's officially been announced. God Almighty. And then he said, we will declare war against Romania and Hungary and Poland if they don't let these people in. They're already putting $1 million fines if they don't. And Soros is bringing the invaders in out of North Africa. God Almighty. So people ask me, how am I taking it being sued by the Democratic Party and their operatives? Our ancestors flew around in helicopters and got shot down to fight for freedom, or fought the Nazis, or fought the British, and all that. My job is easy. What's frustrating to me is we are facing bald-faced evil. and the Democrats and a Soros judge illegally raiding Trump's lawyer and then posting on the federal database all Trump's files so everybody can leak it, and it's totally criminal, and then we sit here and crap our pants, and the average conservative backs off from Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham, like, oh, let's play it safe. Ooh, why do you let the Democrats and the globalists and a Nazi collaborator like George Soros dictate everything in your lives? They're wimps, they're cowards, they're scum. But let me tell you something. It's our weakness that allows them to be powerful. So you know what? It is a test. If we don't take our freedom in our hands, if we don't take our destiny back, we deserve what we get. So I'll say this to you, the viewers, and I'll say it to me. I'll say it to all our crew here in InfoWars. If we don't pass this test and stand up against these anti-free speech, anti-Christian, anti-Western, anti-freedom globalists, and if Trump doesn't do it and keeps playing these patty cake games and caring what CNN says and caring what Fox News says and the New York Times says, by the time he figures out it was all a con game, it'll be too late. Now is the time to politically and rhetorically move. Now is the time to take action. Now is the time to take them to task. Now is the time to point out the treason or lose it all forever. So, all you Democrats, like that free health care you got with Obamacare, that the own writers of it said you're a bunch of dumb Fs. Hillary said, I hate my constituents, they're a bunch of losers. How do I keep these dumb assholes from figuring? This is in the WikiLeaks. You won't look it up because you don't care. You want to keep being delusional. Oh, Hillary likes me. I'm winning against you. She called you dumb baristas that she was going to rip off. Along comes Trump actually trying to give you a basic future that's free market. You don't want that. Because like baby ducks that were trained to imprint on lies, you're going down with the ship. But I'll say this, like I said in the middle of the debates when Trump rolled over to Hillary and listened to all that advice, I said, you got to come out swinging and attacking or you're going to lose. I'm going to tell Trump and his whole family this right now. You think you're going to parlay and manage this stuff with the globalists? You think you're going to come out of this on the other side playing games? You're not. So I'm fully committed, not because I've got courage, but because I know how bad the globalists are. So all you leftists that love evil, I think you're part of the establishment, you're not. And all you fake right-wingers that like Paul Ryan, all that stuff, you're a bunch of losers too. God, this has never been more obvious. And just because Twitter promotes you or YouTube promotes you or Facebook promotes you if you're anti-American, you're pro-globalist, none of that even puts food on your table. It's all fake likes. It's all fake bots. It's all fake accounts. It's all fake avatars. None of it's real. You know what's good by what the globalists attack. And no approval by the system ever means anything because the system is all the sellouts and the worst possible people coming together decided to sharpen their knives for humanity because they don't have souls and they're goddamn sociopaths. They're psychopaths. They're control freaks. They're idiots. They're threatened by success. They're threatened by freedom like every other neurotic piece of filth. So, people say, oh man, how are you handling all these attacks? How are you handling the top on Twitter being attacked? Let them tell all their lies, because lies go around the world before the truth puts its pants on, like Mark Twain said. But in the beginning, like Mark Twain said, in the beginning, a patriot is a scarce man, hated and feared. But in time, when his cause succeeds, the timid join him, because then it costs nothing to be a patriot. I am the trailblazer. I've changed the world. Our listeners and viewers have changed the world. The visitors of Infowars.com and Newswars.com have changed the world. Not because we're that special. We're just not psycho loser pieces of crap. We have a soul. We have a destiny. We have a genetic code. We have a North Star. We have a common sense. We have an identity that's outside of Madison Avenue and the genetic engineering and the poison food and all the bullshit. And we say no. We aren't selling out our fellow humans to get ahead in some BS hierarchy. Because we've already been down that road. We know what a lie it is. All of you have a choice right now. Boy, I saw how when I got mad that he attacked Syria when I thought he wasn't going to. And I got so pissed when he countermanded Mattis. I was so pissed I was blaming Mattis. And later it wasn't even Mattis is the guy that said don't do it. It's Bolton and all this other crazy ass crap. Now he's on the heroin of, look, your approval rating went up. More war, more war. But every time they do it, it doesn't work. And it kills innocent people. And it's a lie. So that's it for this live transmission. I'll be back to law tomorrow. David Knight's on in the morning. I'm on in the afternoon. And Owen Schroyer comes in. The War Room's live right now on Infowars.com/show. We're just basic people trying to stand up for common sense and history. And we believe in you. I believe humanity, if faced with the facts, will stand up and do the right thing. And I believe you'll pick open culture and free market and the whole Renaissance system. But if you don't, it doesn't matter because it's your metaphysical choice. But that said, I look at how low the Democrats and their followers are and how they're a bunch of bullies and the crap they pull and how they try to keep their constituents poor and all the Project Veritas videos where they talk smack about their constituents. I couldn't imagine sitting back about my viewers and listeners, some of those beautiful souls out there, and like talking smack about you. But these parasites, anything they dominate, anything they rob, anything they control, they hate. Just like the IRS gets all the money of the working conservatives, we're the main people paying the money, and then they read their files. Oh, we're going to audit them. We're going to squeeze these Christians. We're going to break this family. And they just, these weak, twisted weirdos getting off on the sick stuff they're doing. Thank God we're not those fallen people that just resonate with the spirit of pure evil. They're possessed, folks. And they want to shut me up because I'm not a parasite and I don't hate you. And then they keep thinking they're going to intimidate you by intimidating me. They think, well, Jones can't be intimidated because I know how evil they are. I'm a coward. I don't want to be with evil. That's an easy choice. I don't fight them because I'm strong. I fight them because I know how bad they are. But they think if they try to crush me, or at least simulate my destruction every day, that every morning I rise like the phoenix, that somehow you'll go, oh, I better not promote free market or America or self-defense or the whole community because look what they did to Jones. That's the badge of courage. It's all a lie. You cross through the fire, through the intimidation, and it's all the promised land on the other side. Not some magic utopia, but the promised land of justice, the promised land of being real, the promised land of following your basic human coding and your spirit. So, I troll the media here saying, should we impeach Trump? How about we impeach Hillary and the globalists? And, we can't impeach Comey or the other, president of the deep state, Mueller, because they're God. My God, Hollywood that loves us so much. Thank God for Hollywood. They tell me that Comey and Mueller and Hillary are just these perfect little angels. They're good people. Well, the truth is they're not. They're bad, evil sellouts, cowards that sold their own soul for temporal power on this planet, and they, at the end of the day, will go with their own people and their own spirit to the world they're waiting for. Because like their father, they love death. The death of America, the death of freedom, the massive suicide of our veterans, the death of our industry, the death of our children, the death of our test scores, the death of our health, the rising cancer rates, the death of our genetics, the lowering of our fertility. Everything they give you is lies because they're a cancer. And they know no different because they don't have a soul. Like zombies metaphysically, they've got to eat ours because they don't have it. None of you in Hollywood or big corporate positions will ever be delivered in all your OCD mental illness. You will fail and fall. I am following the true path that I know is justice-based, and I am so fulfilled and so energized that when they claim I'm being persecuted and I'm on the edge of falling, where our listenership explodes and our success explodes and all of it explodes, people don't know until they're in the middle of the zeitgeist what this really is. And I want you to break your conditioning and their manipulation and to come across into the zeitgeist and to understand that we can break evil's will forever the minute we stop living in fear of it and come across. Not the river Styx to death, but the river Jordan into life. Infowars.com, newswars.com. The enemy fears us because we love life. The enemy fears us not because we're perfect, but because we love God. The enemy fears us because they fear you.